What's up, everybody? It's your world's okayest superhero, Rambo Rob. We're going to be watching some video clips. I'm going to need you to please drop the subscribe, drop the comment, and smash the like button. Also, do it on the people's videos that we're watching if you want to stay up to date on some of the news stories I think are important, including Kamala Harris coming to an event drunk, apparently. Vying for President 2028, Governor of California. What about Governor Newsom? His podcast. Sorry, sir, go back to work. America needs you at work, not on a podcast, so you can move center left, so you can appease everybody, so you can abide by President 2028. Sorry, sir, Rambo Rob does not approve. But we're going to get into the videos. Like I said, if we can get to 50 subscribers, I'll do a giveaway. With that said, I hope you enjoy. Let's start off with Reckless.
There are people that's voting. There are people that didn't voted for Kamala, that voted for these Democrats that really don't care about it. They try to act like they do.
And one of the things that we've been talking about is this new story that Kamala Harris is seriously considering running for governor of California, and that she's going to make a decision by the end of the summer. But here's something else I read in that story. Listen to this. It's unbelievable. It says that she has long been intrigued, I'm quoting now, long been intrigued by the idea of being the chief executive of the fifth largest economy in the world and the first black woman governor in America. So there you are. This is why she wants to do it. This comes on the heels of her saying that the reason that she wants to potentially be governor of California is because she doesn't want the last act of her public life to be certifying Donald Trump's victory in the election. So not a word about the actual problems that need to be solved in California.
Exactly.
She's not interested or intrigued by the fact that barely half of the students in our schools are proficient in English, and it's even worse for black kids and Latino kids.
Word
Not a
salad.
word about the fact that we've got a massive housing crisis.
And as y'all
Well, if we have a schooling issue, Miss Kamala, then I don't think we need to have a curriculum full of word salad. I don't know. Drop a comment below. Do you think schooling education should be even mentioned in the same story as Kamala Harris? Kamala, in education. Well, she don't know anything about education because she's a Kamala.
as y'all heard him say that, when it comes to black kids and Latina kids, and the same thing that people aren't realizing that there are people that's voting. There are people that didn't voted for Kamala, that voted for these Democrats that really don't care about it. They try to act like they do. When it comes to the cities and the school systems, this, that, and the other, but they don't. Y'all obviously see, when it comes to test scores, when it comes to the education system and stuff like that, y'all obviously see that it's failing because they don't care. Obviously y'all see that. But then when it comes down to it, the same people, when it comes down to failing, when you're talking about Latinos, when you're talking about, black folks, and they're failing, those are the same people that's voting. So people got to wake up and realize actually what's going on. I find it absolutely insane, especially the simple fact that, he's saying, being the first black governor and the first black woman governor and doing it. It's all because, like I said yesterday, it's all because of that image that she wants to have.
We're going to go ahead and we're going to watch OK Rick. There's a couple good clips for this.
Let's check it out, man. And y'all seen that his podcast he just launched. He's trying to
battleship sunk.
My bad. Sorry about that.
Revive himself, redeem himself. He's
Apologize for
trying
that.
to
Quality will
flip it.
get better. I plan on
He brought
upgrading
on
soon.
Charlie Kirk.
The world's okayest.
You
It's got to
know,
have
he
the
flip
best.
flip
Or the
flop on a
world's
lot of
okayest, at
things.
least.
You know, they say he's trying to get ready for.
In case you didn't hear me, plan on upgrading soon. World's okayest has got to have the okayest equipment. So we plan on upgrading. Bear with us. We will make America great again. Drop a subscribe to Rick too, if you know what I mean.
2028. You know, after California just burned down to the ground. I look, man. Let's get into it, family. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel
Sure,
if you're
they're
new
going to
here.
make a
Let's check
presidential
this one
run.
out, man.
On Governor Gavin Newsom for his comments about boys playing in girls' sports. They don't believe it's an actual safety issue. In fact, they're doubling down on the wokeness. Let's take a look.
I was perplexed by the governor because Governor Newsom supported, along with Jerry Brown, a law in California in 2013 that's been on the books for 10 years. And that law says that trans kids do get to participate in sports, K through 12. And we have a California...
This is, again, an 80-20 issue, 90-10. This is just common sense, man. You know? Common sense, and 90% of people say, no, we do not want men in women's sports. Common sense.
Now, that's something I wanted to talk about, men in women's sports, and I wanted to talk about the money that Doge found for transgender mice, which CNN had to recount their story because they said it was false. But they come to find out Trump didn't misspeak, and it was for a study on transgender mice, their fertility, and the effects on GHP and how much it would take to overdose on it. And I get the LGBTQ community want research on this because a lot of parties at the nightlife, the clubs that they go to, the style of sexual encounters that they have, and there's probably a lot of overdoses on GHB, and they need that. But don't con the American taxpayers, okay? If you want to fund that, you fund that on your own dime. You don't do it for the American taxpayers, okay? World's okayest. It's just not good enough, okay? If you need a study to see how much GHB it will take to overdose and the effects on fertility on transgender mice, then you fund that on your own. You don't use $8 million, $20 million on grants of the taxpayer and wrap it up in a pretty package for the American taxpayer. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous, and it needs to stop. Okay, Rick. Where's the button? I'll get better at this. We're going to upgrade. Here we go.
Intercollegiate federation that sets the standards to balance the inclusion of trans kids with fairness and safety. And so I guess I didn't understand what the governor was saying. And for a decade, he's supported this law. It's still the law on the books. Is he saying we need to repeal that law? I believe that law has worked in California, and I don't think there should be a federal ban. And we should have these state athletic associations like the California Intercollegiate Federation set the standards so that you balance inclusion with fairness and safety.
All right, so there's actually two separate points. My first one is this. Okay, who's lying here? Is it the female athletes who've been protesting against this in California, or is the federation correct? I mean, who are you going to trust more? I think I'm going to go with the athletes who are standing up against this, right? And here's the second issue here is we have proof, okay? There was a female volleyball athlete out of North Carolina who got brain damage. She was part of the joint address to Congress.
Yep.
So I don't think their argument, which is, no, safety is fine. That's not really the issue here. No, that is the issue. Now, Ro Khanna was not the only California Democrat to disagree with the governor.
How would you like this in women's sports? Yeah, the Lord largest arms in the world. I'm here to sign up for the women's swim meet. My name's Ravina. Hey, bitch, you're going down. Oh, yeah. Come in there like Macho Man. You should see the picture of the NCAA championship. Third place, 5 foot tall. Second place, 5'1". First place, 6'5". What? That's ridiculous.
Here is what Adam Schiff had to say.
Do you agree with those in your party who say it is time for Democrats to have a different approach to transgender issues?
Well, first of all, I agree that we should be broadening our reach and talking to people we haven't been talking to. I'm not sure that I would start with Charlie Kirk. But I also think, as I was mentioning earlier, that we need to keep the focus on what matters most to the American people, and that is the economy. We need to be talking to people about how we're going to improve their quality of life.
We also need to be talking about how we're going to throw you in jail.
Hands.
I'm just saying. I'm sorry. That just came out. That outburst just came out. We need to throw Pencil Neck in jail.
And make sure that if they're working hard, they're earning a good living. To the degree that we get away from focusing on those things, I think it's a mistake in terms of the particular issue that the guy.
Make sure you check out some of my other videos on this guy. This guy, he doesn't realize he's been there for such a long time. Where were you at, Mr. Schiff, all these years when America's been going down? Have you been doing your job, sir? While we're at it, how did you get all that money, sir? Why are they paying you to talk for him because of your... I mean, it's hard to focus on dude. He's got such a long neck. Hands behind your back, sir. We don't want you here, sir. You can leave, sir. Before it turns bad, sir.
Governor was talking about, look, I played in sports, our kids played in sports. I want all young people to have the experience of playing in sports, every young person, and I want those sports to be fair, I want those sports to be safe, and I have confidence that local...
Volleyball and polo is not a... Well, I guess you can consider it a sport if you want, Shifty.
Schools and local communities can make those decisions without the federal government making them for them.
But is he right on that? Is he right on that?
I think to the degree, to the degree though, I think as a political matter, that we remove the focus from where most Americans are concerned, and that is they're concerned about their ability to provide for their family. I think to the degree.
Yeah, the money you've been stealing from us, the money you've been shipping overseas, the money that you want to go to programs that are hidden, embedded in 2700 page documents, just so you can hide your doings, sir. Thank you, sir. No, thank you, sir. That's not okay. Theme of the day, world's okayest. Hashtag world's
that we get away from that, that's a mistake.
Well, one, he calls it a mistake. I agree with him. All of it is a mistake. I don't care how you see it on the Democratic side, whether it's Gavin Newsom or Adam Schiff or Ro Khanna, they all have made a mistake on this particular issue. Secondly, again,
there go that premium collection again. God, I get that.
Is this the best survival game ever made?
This is the aircraft carrier shelter you seized.
Well, no, there's a few good ones. So, drop a comment down below. Tell me what you guys think. Do you think...
Again, he believes the community should decide. Well, where was that?
Do you think Gavin Newsom is trying to push to the left because he wants to make a run for president in 2028, and he believes that if he kind of little by little backstabs the Democrats and goes back on what he said and works his way towards the center, everybody will forget about everything he did. The road, the bridge to nowhere, the high-speed railroad debacle, the lack of forestry for his state. And people will probably fall for it. There's going to be millions of people that will either fall for him or Kamala. And I want you to know these people don't care about you. They don't care. They won't they don't even care enough to stop and talk to the public when they're confronted. J.D. Vance was surrounded, and he still stopped and talked to them with his 3-year-old daughter. You need to look into that clip. It's okay. Nobody's watching anyway.
Thinking when it came to COVID. First, they want government to control everything, but not on this issue, right? They want the community to decide. Now, let's hear from Senator Slockett. She's the person that gave the Democrat response to President Trump's address to Congress. And you guessed it, her answer is literally the same.
Senator, do you agree with Governor Newsom?
Well, look, I think, you'll have to talk to Mr. Newsom and his podcast, and we're all talking about it now because it's, good controversy. For me, I grew up playing 3 seasons of sports. In Michigan, sports is like our religion, right? I wouldn't be here, I think, without the leadership training that I got in women's sports. But for me, it's like,
She didn't even name which sports. She just said, I grew up playing 3 seasons of sports. Honey, if you're playing sports, you either play sports and you've been, like I played football my whole educated, years. And my grown-up years, I was in the military and did sports, like mixed martial arts. That's sports. You can't just, I did 3 seasons of sports unless it was just for fun. And I assure you, honey, that doesn't make you the authority on talking for women or anything else.
local community figure this out, right? In Michigan, we have a process in place where if someone who's born a boy wants to play in women's sports, you have to get a waiver. We've had it happen 2 times in our entire state. So let the local communities, just like everything with schools, handle that issue. For me, though, I think, you know, this issue...
It just don't even sound right. Got to get a waiver to play in the sport with women.
And so you can fracture their skull and lap them by 2 miles.
I mean, I'm sorry, y'all. I don't mean to interrupt an outburst. Some of this stuff here, it just...
it's ridiculous.
But you know, they told everybody to stay woke. Stay woke. You know? They wonder why they keep losing. Why they're losing, why they lost in a landslide. They wonder why. Here you go. You wonder why he won all 7 swing states? Why people showed up who don't even vote, people who don't even get involved showed up. This is why. These 80-20 issues, common sense issues. And why we're the common sense party. Common sense.
Issue is being sort of brought up in order to make sparks and see sparks fly.
All right, Senator, let's use your logic against you. Why don't you have that same mindset with the Department of Education? Why don't we just send it back to the states? Why don't we let the communities and the parents decide how they want the education system to be structured for their children? I mean, this is how you're seeing it on the trans issue. You want the communities to police that. Why don't you let them police education? Again, they pick and choose when it makes sense.
I feel like, I don't know if any of y'all watched Dr. Phil show. I feel like that one episode where my fiance believes he's a superhero. He calls himself Goose Wayne. And he dresses up and he defends the city at night because he's Goose Wayne. Well, I am world's okayest.
It's for their party.
I assure you,
and this is the problem. They have no leadership, so their message is convoluted at best. There's no consistency. See, with President Trump, you know what you're going to get, okay? Now, this takes us to our next story here because it's not just the trans issue that Democrats are going to lose on. It's also this CR funding bill for the government that they're about to vote on in this upcoming week. We know Democrats are threatening to shut down the government in an effort to protest Trump's agenda. That's really the bottom line here. And that's why this message from Trump got a lot of people's attention, because he said this: the House and Senate have put together, under the circumstances, a very good funding bill, CR. All Republicans should vote, please, yes, next week. Great things are coming for America, and I'm asking you all to give us a few months to get us through to September so we can continue to put the country's financial house in order. Democrats will do anything they can to shut down our government, and we can't let that happen. We have to remain united, no dissent. Fight for another day when the timing is right. Very important. Make America great again. Now, what's interesting, you're going to see from Democrats oppose this CR, and what that's going to lead to is shutting down the government.
Yeah, we know some crap
so
is
on one
coming.
hand, back in December, they accused Republicans of doing that, and now they're guilty of doing the same. And I'm going to show you an example. Watch this.
The answer to this is I don't know if they have the votes. I really don't.
Oh, Rosa, take off the wig, Rosa. Throw the wig in the middle of the street, Rosa.
The Rizzy Rez. Rizzy Rez.
Throw that purple junk in the middle of the street, man.
She said, choose your fighter.
You know, but I know that we need to vote against it. The Democrats in the Senate need to vote against it. But in fact, yes, if we can, I believe he wants this 1 year continued resolution so that he can do whatever he wants. We have to try to preclude that in any way we can. Do I believe there are some of my Republican colleagues that feel the same way? Yes, but they're scared. They're scared to death to stand up. And if we want to hold on to what is in the Congress, the power of the purse, it resides there constitutionally. If we want to hold on to that, then...
And that's all these people, that's all they want to do. That's what it boils down to. I hope everybody sees right through this and does their own research, doesn't listen to people like me, doesn't listen to some of these other influencers that literally probably never step foot outside in the real world, especially across the country, especially have the you know, the experience to speak anything beyond what they've read or what they believe in their heart and their beliefs based off of what they read. But I assure you, even if you're going across country, say you get 1 million views, you're in a bubble. The real world where I reside, where world's okayest reside, where the strongest arms in the world, and you know, where real people live, where real people have to survive. You know, the people that, you know, built this country, the ones y'all forgot about. We're here, and we've had enough. And this lady is nothing but a fraud and a liar. Where were they when they were standing, or not standing, clapping for DJ Daniels? Say his name, ma'am. Do you even remember his name, ma'am? Or are you more worried about holding on to your power, ma'am? These people make me mad. And the American public kind of makes me mad, too. We didn't fight for this country so people could just lay down and allow the government to fight back against elected officials, the people that we voted in the office. This lady is telling you right now she wants to stay in power and the perks. And isn't that cutesy and demure? Make another TikTok video, lady. We don't want you in power. The American people has about had enough. Stand up. Tell me what you think below. Sorry about that. Couldn't find the right one. I'm still getting used to it.
Then we need to thwart him in moving forward on this and not allow him to take over the power of the purse and direct spending.
No, he's taking our
So
power.
I suppose their excuses are, one, that President Trump is trying to act like he is Congress and control spending, when really all he's been doing is cutting government waste. Number two, they believe that they must stop President Trump because he's going to hurt everyday Americans from passing this CR, and that is that they need to stop Republicans from getting the vote that they need to pass this, which leads me to number three. So they believe that shutting the government down is in the best interest of Americans because it's going to stop President Trump from accomplishing the agenda that these Americans voted for, which I find to be funny. And I say all this because I don't believe she's the person that should be speaking for Democrats, especially when she uploads videos like this to social media.
Oh, this is terrible.
This is the ranking Rizzler on the program.
Oh, this is terrible, man. and she has a certain wig and this hairdo, or wherever she goes, they know exactly who this woman is.
This is the ranking Rizzler.
And I know y'all embarrassed Connecticut. I know y'all are embarrassed, man. It's just a complete embarrassment. I know y'all are like, man. This video is so cringy, man. They are so out of touch. So out of touch, man. This is bad. And I get tired of seeing this video.
Gen Z staff.
Creations serving Connecticut's 3rd District. It's time to enter your dark academia Congress era. All right, besties. House appropriation is the money moves in Congress. We are not chasing the bag. We are the bag. Democrats are making life smoother through government funding. It's giving, it's giving. So Sigma, main character energy. But Republicans' Project 2025 is mad sus. Eliminating the Department of
Mad.
Oh my God, is that Connecticut's ranking member? Lady, you're an embarrassment. You wouldn't know what to fight your way out of a wet paper bag. I would blow on you, and you would fall over. You are a criminal, a crook, a fraud, a scam, a scheme artist, and atrocious. And not demure and demean and cutesy like you say, miss. Go back to the rock of whence you came.
It's Mad Sigma. Demore. They're trying to appeal to the younger generations, to the Gen Zers. They're
That's what I'm doing.
This is just
world's okayest. Make the meme.
Democrats.
Country boy.
You have
world's
shot
okayest.
yourself
Hashtag.
enough. Someone put this lady in handcuffs and take her purple wig off and throw it in the middle of the freeway, on the middle of the street. Put this lady in handcuffs. If y'all want to win, Democrats, you put a lot of these people in handcuffs.
Yeah, just arrest them all.
And maybe y'all start fresh.
Yeah, get rid of these people.
You know?
This isn't cancel
Go down
culture.
to the grocery store.
Treason.
Go down to people, you know, that got a little bit of sense. Maybe got some family members. And y'all start.
Do you guys realize every time they stop one of these proceedings or try to delay or try to sue or try to protest or fund protests or get caught in lies, debunked, called out, and downright, uncovered as frauds, every single time they just double down on their lie. And every single time the American public, or at least 20% of them now, is that what you guys got, 20%? Yeah, it's about 80-20. Americans are waking up. We can't unsee what we seen, miss. Look, this is the problem. It's like the Wizard of Oz, where they get down the yellow brick road, they go through all the turmoils, and they get to the Emerald Castle, and they look behind the curtain, and it's just this thing. I don't even know what this is.
Start tallying up or taking some kind of petitions or something. I don't know. Baby, y'all got to just start fresh. You know? Looking at some resumes or something. I don't know.
Watch the rest of this little clip here. We're gonna sign
But y'all
off.
start
We're gonna,
arresting these Democrats.
Leave you with
Take
a
this
couple
lady right here, put her in
up.
handcuffs. A lot of them. Take her wig off too next. Make sure when you put her in handcuffs, you got to take that wig off. Because I'm sick of seeing that purple wig.
Yeah, throw that thing in the gutter.
Just saying.
Get it. Run from it.
I'm just saying. I'm sick of seeing that purple wig.
education, negative or
So again, it doesn't land. We know that it's not really relatable. I don't see the receipts of what they're saying on.
All right, guys, we're gonna end on that. I'm gonna get it together. Listen, this video is a little unorganized. It's unorthodox. It's unedited. It's just spur of the moment. I've had a rough few days. We've lost a family member, our loving dog Loki. In loving memory, we love you. Rest in peace, Loki. To all you out there that are on the fence about where to go, what to believe, what news sources to look at, what influencers to watch. Trust your heart first and foremost. Use your common sense as an American. World's okayest didn't get to be the okayest just by, listening to the first alpha male sheep in the flock and then just decide to be a sheep. I'm telling you, do your own research, know who to listen to. Some of the bigger influencers, especially on the left, probably never even left their studio. They have no right to be speaking on the American public, what the American public wants, what we're about, what we stand for, and the real people that built America and people that serve this country. We didn't serve this country to listen to little squirts like you. You, Rick, sir, you're a good one. I like everything you're doing. Keep it up. You inspired me to speak up. World's okayest. Do the thing down here. Help me get to 50, and I'll do a giveaway. It'll be a pretty good one since it'll be my first one. So, subscribe, comment, like. It helps the algorithm. I know not many people see this, but that's okay. That's why I'm wearing this. Let's do it.